I was never supposed to see it. No one was, but I did. That house, it only appears at midnight, and I swear to you, it wasn't there the night before, or any night before that. My name is Kate. I had just moved into a quiet little town in Pennsylvania, trying to escape the chaos of New York. I wanted peace, quiet, and instead I found something that changed me forever. It all started one night when I couldn't sleep. It was a little past midnight, and I decided to take a walk. I know how reckless that sounds, especially being new in town, but the neighborhood felt safe. At least, it used to. As I walked past the rows of identical houses, something caught my eye on the far end of the block. A house I hadn't seen before. It was old, like pre-1900s architecture. Dark wood siding, tall, narrow windows, overgrown ivy swallowing the porch columns. But the strangest part? It wasn't on the city map. I had checked obsessively when I moved in. I stood there frozen, staring. There were no lights on, no signs of life, and I swear there was a thick fog swirling around that property, not anywhere else. The air around it felt wrong, heavy. My heart started to race, but I couldn't look away. Something was drawing me to it, and I made the mistake of walking closer. The wooden steps creaked under my feet like they hadn't held weight in decades. I should have turned back when the porch light flickered on its own, but I didn't. Something told me someone knew I was there. The front door, faded red with deep scratch marks, opened just a crack, as if inviting me inside. And I stepped in. The moment I crossed the threshold, the sound of the night vanished. No crickets, no wind, nothing. Just silence. Inside, the air was cold, bitter. The walls were covered in old photographs, people with their faces scratched out. Dozens of them. Men, women, even children. All scratched, all staring at me. As I moved deeper into the hallway, I heard it. Whispers. Low, breathy, right behind me. She can see us. I spun around. Nothing. I thought I was hallucinating. I reached for my phone, but it had no signal. No Wi-Fi. No battery? No, it was like the phone just died the second I entered. I tried to leave, but the door was gone. I mean literally gone. There was only a wall where the entrance had been. That's when panic set in. I ran to a window and tried to scream, but the street outside wasn't my street. It was some foggy, endless void, a warped version of my neighborhood. Then the lights went out. I was alone, in the dark. Or so I thought. Something ran across the hallway ahead of me, fast, on all fours. I only saw it for a second, a pale figure, crawling, limbs too long for a human, and the sound it made, like bones snapping. It giggled. That was the worst part. I took off toward the back of the house, trying every door, all locked, except one. The basement. No! Everything in me screamed not to go down there, but the sound came again. Giggle, snap, shuffle. Closer. I ran. The basement stairs groaned as I descended into the pitch black. The smell of mold, rusted metal, and something dead. I found a flashlight on the wall. It flickered like it didn't want to work, but it gave me just enough light to see the floor. Covered in symbols, circles, runes, and words I didn't recognize. And in the center, a mirror. But it didn't reflect me. The girl in the mirror wore my face, but she was smiling. Her eyes were entirely black. She lifted her hand and waved. I didn't. I just stared, frozen, as she mouthed something silently. I leaned closer. Her lips moved again. "You're next." That's when I felt it, cold hands grabbing my shoulders from behind. I turned, nothing there, but I could feel them, pressing, pulling. The lights above flickered once more, then completely died. I don't remember how I got out. I woke up on the street just before dawn. The house, gone. Nothing there, but an empty lot with overgrown grass. I ran back to my place and locked the doors. I tried telling people. They said I imagined it. Said maybe I was sleepwalking. One neighbor even laughed and said, "Oh, you saw it too?" Apparently, I'm not the first. Others in this town have seen the house at midnight, and no one talks about it. Because if you talk about it, it comes back. And that's the thing. Last night, at exactly 12:01 a.m., I saw it again. Same place, same fog. But this time, someone was standing in the window. She had my face, and she was still smiling.